Alright, y'all. Let y'all know right now, all lights up. Because it's domestic violence is stop this fuckery stuff. This is my testimony. Alright. I mean, I'ma do it the cute way. The night that Kevin broke my tooth. It was February of the year after we got married. So we hadn't even made it to April. Now, in between there, I don't know if the bone that was in my mouth was removed before then or after then. But the point is, no matter if that bone was in or out, the timing of that, they removed it. The entirety of my mouth cake was reconstructed at some point. And so here's that. I already went through that pain. And so the night that this event happened, it was around Valentine's Day. And I know this because I didn't celebrate the Valentine's Day. Like I told you, my grandmother passed on Valentine's Day if that didn't come up. And I was in 6th grade and we had just moved out there and it was the worst year of my life after we just moved out there at 10. She was downstairs in the basement into cancer. Quick. For a woman that worked for a doctor. Nanny / Kingston linguistics ghetto mom. Anyway. Mom raped at 5. So moving on. Kevin. So I didn't do that. But somewhere in his mixed up mind, he came home on Valentine's Day feeling the wrath of God that every man was in the office talking about what they were doing for their wives. And he hadn't done anything. And by the time he tried to go to the Giant around the corner, it was a line way back where. And so this is, he couldn't really get me anything. Or whatever he bought me, or whatever. I was like, okay. Well, he was angry about that. Funky angry as he always was, self-narcissistic angry about it. And I was like, dude, really? So I got roast off his tantrum finally. Because all he did was go in the basement, play his games while I did the magic in the house and didn't care. And then he come up to, do his business and go to sleep. And the lights would be up because he got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning because he is a construction worker, vampire. So, anywho, I'm tired of it. So I will start telling him in the basement while the kids are asleep, sound asleep. I'm done. Right? Sleep in the basement and be the kid at your father's house that you want to be. That's your black lacquer, furniture in the back room. This is your man cave here with all of your games and your headsets and the things you're doing with your boys from, wherever. And y'all all black and them all playing games online. While I'm making magic happen upstairs, and then you're going to get mad about Valentine's Day and then pissing my Cheerios. No, Ninja, I'm going to help you out like this. And he was down there, he was, what you going to do? Went upstairs and started throwing his shit over his clothes, over the goddamn rail. There's a full bedroom down there. Put your shit in the dresser down there. So he runs up the stairs at full speed, slams the door behind him, and grabs me and headbutts me and said, what the fuck are you doing? I packed back because I grabbed my mouth and didn't want to scream because I didn't want to wake the kids at that point. I knew it had gone too far. And the way he hit my tooth, I was like, what the fuck? I was in a complete, deer in a, deer caught in the headlights getting ready, get hit by a car. So, I, again, being trained the way I am in just life and having been slammed through walls by George Hemingway Jr. as a child when my mother wasn't around. And she can witness that because that's all she talks about. It's her last memory of why she put me out. Twisted story, but either way. So, yeah, he hit me hard for as fuck. The tooth cracked in half. And I played it off that I was a broke black Barbie, but I talked to my spiritual godparents into no names. And I told him I'm trying to be a good Christian girl in this. And again, he went down in the fetal position when I came back. And Kat, I didn't mean to go this far, and I hit my wife, and my beautiful wife is broken, and I need to go into therapy. I need to get the intense help. I can't do this no more. And I was like, fine, these dark demons got to go, but if you put your hands on me again or even make a move at me again like that, I will kill you. And don't you ever do that around my children again and make us feel unsafe like that again. Your agreement right now is to get the positive help you need, and I will give you the time you need, but do it again, and it's a different story. And I'm not going to give you no warning. So, into him doing that. Okay? And then me going and playing it off with my long-term doctor in it. And we went to go sit on the couch and cuddle up for a movie. And he was in front of me, the cuddle position. And I was in the back and our hips butted. Okay? Now, into the fact of how hard it was for them to replace it with my underbite having nothing but a space of paper between it because I have a perfect bite. Slight, bend here, but again, once again, there's nothing that can't be fixed. It's a cosmetic thing. And so I literally cannot chew on this side of my face. One, this tooth was in so much pain, and the temporary fixes that we did with who I was with. And I, didn't want to be insulting because he was doing the best he could, but finally a specialist came in and fixed it permanently, but he also had to remove the permanent root of the gum before the pain stopped. Like I said, 4 years and almost $30,000 of surgery, and have all of them doctors testify. I saw that doctor doing a polar vortex, and he was right outside of it. He was looking at me and he walked away. He said, Katia, I just didn't know. So again, once I get on the street, burn notice. I'm the one that's burned, so I'm getting these notices on the street about them going through my history. But then, I can't chew because I also have a tooth that is egregiously needs to be replaced as a full molar. A full crown or whatever. And I'm scared of that whole dentist thing. That is, those shop of horrors. But, but then, I chew on this side. But, this side is weaker. And they can feel that on the job. Whenever they do their field of test to me, this side is weak. I compensate. But I can't do it. And I can periodically, and I test my tooth and try to get it around there and do this, that, and the other. But for the real, I chew all on the side of the face. And I say that because no woman was really putting it out there on the other side of a football player that was a stalker, that wouldn't stop, that made a baby, that was filling up women. He told me after our 4-year break, and I wanted to go into my work and figure out what was going on. It took him exactly 7 days on the calendar, like the 7 years we were together, by the magic of life, to go right from the day we met all the way to the asshole I knew. And I documented it, so if y'all want to know it. And it was an Army person on the other side of this that was family that was involved in documenting too. From a psychiatric, she was going into a psychiatric program from the Army. And we both picked Kevin. Why not? Right? And he showed up G-Force 5 in a QX 45 or whatever that was white. I had one when I met him. I had the first off Infinity QX4 Burgundy, and the bros will tell you about the biblical time I went up there and nobody got nothing because I was dating him, and he came up during the playoffs, picked me up because I didn't want to be on the bus. I was like, and I got that dude to ride up there and get it when we was dating and committed. So like I said, he was a manageable boyfriend. And he was a manageable man. And we gotten past the past. But when that happened, I made the line clear. Now, enter fast forward in life. And I say fast forward in life because it had to be the boule that was out in Los Angeles. Whenever that year was. He broke both his legs while I was asking him to get separated. So it was after that. When he was, I asked him, I was like, it's time. And I was doing everything by the Bible. Little Kayla was going with her mother. Big Kayla was going with her father and her other mother and her other family. And we were going to take the summer off. And I was going to mind my business for the summer. He was going to mind his business for the summer. And right before the kids came, we were going to go to a counseling session and see what we were going to do and where we were going to go. So he's out there doing what he does. I'm going to get back in shape then. Okay? I don't give a fuck about him. I got a gajillion things going on at work. I'm trying to do the end of the, school year. I'm dealing with the kids at the end of the school year and them in school and whatever else. So life of a gajillion things. I'm not paying him any attention. But ironically, he goes playing basketball up at Clarksville. And he's the new guy on the field. He ain't played no damn basketball the entire time we had been out there. So now all of a sudden he out there playing basketball. I don't care. He coming in the house with, knees reconstructed, ACL while he was pledging, Mason, and all in the same week. Now, I wasn't in the room for that, but I'm going to guarantee you that doctor told him to not ever do contact sports again. And I forgot all about it in my flare because I was all a tizzy. So I'm back and forth, but they can slow this down for you. I'm preparing for going to LA with my sorors. And my brother-in-law out there, Frankie. I'm ready to go. And that's going to be my first trip to healing, to be around a bunch of my sorors. Praise amen, away from crazy. Perfectly planned. So I'm doing all of that at hyperspeed, and he's coming in, putting ice on his knees, and the girls, daddy, daddy, daddy. And I'm like, you ain't Jordan, son. Right, give it up. And he's like, I'll have a cat. So we going through that, and I know he's leaving. You know, we got the schedule. I'll be gone. He's supposed to pack up and leave while I'm out in LA. Peace. So next thing you know, girls and everybody is gone where they're supposed to be. He still love talking and slow jamming in the house, but I don't know. I got plane tickets on Wednesday. I don't care. So next thing you know, I get a call from the distress call from the basketball court down in Clarksville near the tennis courts. I'm just coming across I just finished, you know, doing me and cooking some salmon. And yeah, I'm going to cook something for him. I'm not that nasty. And I'm laying across the bed, getting ready to kick off my heels and shit. And I get the distress call. Cat, I don't know what happened. I busted both my knees on a basketball court. The ambulance is on its way. They're coming to get me. I was like, fine. I knew I was too distraught to drive. So I asked Heather Wiley, my neighbor, to take me. And this one's going to have to go on YouTube because it's so long. So anyway, Heather Wiley takes me. And I run at top speed in my little heels down to the field. And the ambulance down there taking them away. Now I'm like, what is going on? We get to Howard County, they evaluate him, and however long it takes to evaluate him, and they say he broke both his patella tendons at the same time, ruptured both of them. Now the dude in the ER is trying to kick him out and tell me I gotta take him home, and I'm like, nah, son, we got good insurance. And he 240, outweigh me by 100 pounds plus. I can't carry him up all the steps that I have in my house, a townhouse. He was like, but we don't have a doctor in the hospital to admit him. What the fuck you mean? It's a hospital. Babies are born here. It's a general hospital. You look like a doctor. No, I'm an intern or whatever. Nah, bitch. I'm gonna need you to get some. Well, we can give you some crutches, but he gonna have to be evaluated. Where? Here. They already told me in the ambulance that both his patella tendons is ruptured and his fucking kneecaps is in both his thighs. And he has no stability to walk. We already talked about that. So, what 100-pound woman you think going to luck his ass where when he going to need immediate surgery? Get the team started. I'll be right here. So then they went through the process and they admitted him. And now I'm doing the Jesus praying wife thing. Sleeping, you know, on the uncomfortable 2 chairs while he going in and out of sleep and drugness and comfortable for the night. Go sneak off to get a hot shower in the morning before all the shift change. Come back with fresh coffee for the shift change and fresh donuts. Lay down until the doctor can evaluate him and come in. Like I said, it was a 1 in a million chance that anybody would break both their patella tendons. Okay? He said last time he saw somebody do it, they jumped in the pool and their feet locked, and that was it. He's an athlete. And he's a stunt man in his own mind. Okay? So move on. So here I am doing a Jesus praying woman thing, and he's already being an asshole in the room in between the nurses coming. And the funk of it all is like, I finally got it out. So I start calling my nurse aunties about geriatric and rehabilitation centers and what to look for, how to get him in a good one, because I need a break. And it's either that or go to his mother house and rehab, because I can't. So I already missed the trip, so they already know that because I called around and tried to get my money back and whatever. But nah, son, I was done. And so I'm now in the position, I mean, I literally went home, took a shower at the one point, and I was just like, I can't go back, you know. And his mother's all on my phone because she can't get out there, her baby. And Tisha's all, what's going on, my baby daddy? Bitch, get in the car and come or something. I don't know. You got the baby. I'm handling my husband right now. Really? I went to the bar and just sat there. I didn't want to drink. I just wanted to not go home, not be there, and not have to answer him. So I go dragging my ass in, and my brother was there. So I walked down the hall, and he's already proven to the doctor that he has the ability to get himself home if anybody would drive him home. Kevin, stop. You made this decision without me. And he was like, Kat, come on now. I was like, you selfish motherfucker. And he jumps up and starts calling me all kinds of bitches in front of my brother and yelling and honking up with half his body and throwing shit. You know, his hands and, you know, telling me who I was and who I wasn't going to be. I backed up, ran down the hall, and went to Abby and Charles' house, checked them in. And Abby and Charles was like, why is she so afraid of him and what's going on? And I was just like booing and crying because I couldn't even get myself together. There was places I could go from Howard County. My brother stayed there. So here I am going back to deal with the shit. And I'm telling my brother, take this motherfucker to his mother's house. You're not bringing this motherfucker. My brother's torn. Like, come on, say it can't be that bad. And then, you know, he's got a walker in the back of my brother's truck. My brother take him in the house. He ain't got keys to get in the house. So I forgot. I throw his clothes at him in the truck window. His keys in the car, in his pocket. Now he knows how to get in the house. Because, so this is the worst thing I had to see, because I'm sitting in my car watching this play out. This man gets out. This man gets out of the car and walks on these two newly reconstructed knees with the braces on and not a damn thing to hold on to. My brother and I would not give him his walker. And he walked in the house and put himself in the basement. And said he wasn't going no motherfucking way. I cried because how much pain can you be in to do that? So now he's down in the basement. My brother has left. And you want to talk about not the misery or the, you know, the Tyler Perry movie or whatever. It was there, right? And I knew I wasn't going to be doing anything completely inhumane but one thing. Stay there, right? And let them painkillers wear off, Mr. Superman, on them newly reconstructed ones. Right? And then, and me, I need to take a check down. So I went to the godparents directly. And they said, what do you want to do? I said, I can't do this anymore. You know, he is my husband in a biblical way, but I can't do this. Right? And they said, what are you going to do now? I'm going to go take care of him. Right? His painkillers should be wearing off. I got to go get them from the 24-hour Rite Aid. And if my brother left him with anything, he left him with some water and laugh. So I know that. Right? Because my brother left. So I know what he was left with. Nothingness. My brother left him some water. Right? That's all he needed. So I get back right when the pain is hitting him. Good and sweet. And give it to him. And he can have all of them. Just not going to monitor that. Then I get about the business of creating a home nursing facility in the basement. And to my brother John, no last name needed, to build the deck, the ramp that's on the back. He had one and didn't need it. He's construction all the way up and down, just replanted it on the back. I am scheduling ambulance visits for him to go get follow-up. I'm doing everything that if he'd have just went to the rehab, they'd have taken care of all of that. So now I'm doing it. And now I'm working from home and juggling that. My big project at work. And this is when Mike Capron is injured, and I have to say his name. Because there was no stopping me. Right? I'm still plotting on the plan of once he gets his knees rehabbed, he's getting out. Michael Capron said, Katia, it was the most selfish thing a man could do. But all the things you're doing, really? I know he's got bad knees. You know he's got bad knees. Why would you do it? And he said, if nobody has ever said this to you, Katia, walk away from that man. I was trying to find a place in the Bible where I could let go. And that's what y'all need to know. Right. Book of Job, female. Right under 1920.